Hi everyone, I'm currently walking up Saucil Hill, which at 42 metres isn't the highest point in Paisley, but it does offer a pretty good view from the top. Nearly there. From up here you can see Glasgow city centre, the Kilpatrick Hills, the Renfrewshire Hills, but what I'm interested in is just over there. It's called the Sleeping Giant. Yeah, the Sleeping Giant. It's 8 miles northwest of here, and it's effectively a silhouette of a couple of hills. And if you look at it, you can see the head, you can see the neck, and you can see the body. On this video I'm heading towards the village of Milton, which is just outside of Dumbarton. That's where the neck of the Sleeping Giant is, and hopefully I won't wake it up. This also gives me an excuse to go to Renfrew, because I want to check out the new bridge across the River Clyde. Let's go. Okay, that explains why the bus did a right turn at Renfrew and didn't go straight on to Renfrew Ferry. Road closure. I must have been here about a year ago, and this area was a total construction site. This road is definitely busier than it used to be, that's for sure. So that just shows that people are using the bridge. In fact, the bridge is currently closed. I can see all the traffic banked up. I think it's due to open for road traffic in about 15 minutes. Will we make it? Yeah, the bridge is due to open for road traffic in around about 10 minutes. Naturally, I just missed a ship passing, didn't I? That's the bridge actually opening for road traffic now. Tell you what, exceptional timing.
Of the traffic barriers. Thank you.
What was that? I was wondering if it was possible to see the Sleeping Giant from here. Not really, no, we have to get closer. It never ceases to amaze me how those big things get in the air and stay up. Right, we are entering the picturesque village of Yoker. Did you know Yoker used to be part of Renfrewshire? Yep, the county of Renfrewshire has been around since the 15th century. Back in those days, this part of the Clyde, it was easier just to nip across the river to Renfrew, which was a big town in those days, compared with trying to get all the way to Glasgow or Dumbarton. Now there have been crossings on the river here since day one. The first scheduled service started in 1614, but the one which we think of as the Renfrew Ferry crossing started in 1791. And sadly it ended within about 2 weeks of the bridge opening. That's progress. One good thing about Yoker is it's easy to leave. There's buses, but I'm going to catch a train from Yoker up to Bowling, and then the walking really starts.
Where this train will terminate, please ensure that you take your luggage and
To be honest, I don't know this part of the world very well. I think I've been to Bowling once in my life, but I know roughly where I'm going. Down here, bicycle track, turn left, walk a mile. That's such a shame seeing a beautiful old building like this just falling apart. I wonder if we can see inside. It looks like some of the original pub fittings are still in place. Right, up here, bicycle track. Yeah, we can find this. I'm hoping this is a kind of a shortcut. It's obviously used a fair bit and it must go somewhere. Aha! One bicycle track. Right, turn left. Walk a mile. This is an old railway line and we're in a cutting at the moment. You can't see it, but the body of the giant is just up there somewhere. We should see it in around about a mile's time. I'm going to stop, a pit stop, get something to drink, and then we'll explore the sleeping giant. This might be the giant's head coming up. That's Sheep Hill, and there is a quarry behind it which was started in 1949. In September 2023, the Scottish Government granted scheduled monument consent for quarrying at the hill, which has an Iron Age hill fort. I found this information online. The consent has conditions attached which require the developer to undertake full archaeological excavation in advance of the work so that the fort and associated buried archaeological features can be fully recorded. And of course, Sheep Hill is part of the body of the sleeping giant. Aha! This is the place I've been looking for. It's a services thing. I might go and get a couple of drinks because naturally I didn't bring any with me. And it's getting a bit warm now. I mean, there was an absolute hoolie blowing when I was up on Tossel Hill. Still a bit cloudy, still a little bit breezy, but wow, it's getting warm now. This is the village of Milton. Tranquil, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to go up the road a little bit, then I'll show you what it is I'm actually trying to find. Right, just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at, that there is the head. Even though it doesn't look like a head, it does from Paisley. That is the neck. And the body of the giant is this big bit here. I'm going to be doing most of the exploring in Milton and behind Milton, but firstly I'm going to explore something along the head. Let's go for a walk. That's the entrance to one of the quarries, Dumbarton Hill, but we shall not go in there. Yeah, I just want to investigate something down here, which is around about here on the sleeping giant, near the temple. Of course, I won't be able to visit it in person because it's private property, and being a quarry they may frown upon anyone kind of trespassing, but it's just along here a little bit. Hopefully I can see something. Yeah, so somewhere behind me on that hill there are two caves. One's called Reimer's Cave and one's called Wallace's Cave, and apparently both gentlemen were seeking refuge there in the medieval times. Now they show on old Ordnance Survey maps up until the 1940s, that's when this became a quarry and it's off limits. They no longer show on modern Ordnance Survey maps. They haven't been damaged, I believe they're still up there, it's just that they don't want to advertise there's a couple of caves up there. To be honest, it would be easy enough to go in there and explore looking for those caves. It's only a fence like that that's stopping you. Although it is private property, and I'm pretty sure the Scottish laws which allow freedom of movement don't apply up there, that's for sure. But it could be done, but not by me. And there's another view of the Sheep Hill, which is going to get removed because of a quarry. You know, this really isn't a pleasant road to walk along with. Right, we're finally off that nasty road back there. This is Milton Brae, and this takes us through the neck of the sleeping giant. I did a bit of research before I came here, and according to an Ordnance Survey map of 1960, there was a spring here, and I thought, what are the chances of seeing that spring? Pretty remote. Then I spotted this. That was a well, not a spring. How cool. According to the map, there's also a spring, or possibly a well, up here, which dates from 1882. That could be a tougher one to find. But we'll give it a little try anyway. Just around this bend up here. Ordnance Survey maps show this as a spring. Old Ordnance Survey maps, for example 1882, shows this as a well. In 2025, I think it's nothing. For some reason people have been going in there. Leads into that property, I don't want to go in there. It's around here somewhere. Just listening for running water. It's around here somewhere. It's around here. I can hear running water. Okie dokie, next on the agenda, the old chapel of Colquhoun, in brackets, remains of. Yes, I know how we get there. There's a little road on the right, follow that around, can't go wrong. That's where we're heading now. Public access to Loch Humphrey. Sadly, I'm not going to Loch Humphrey. I'm going to the old chapel of Colquhoun, in brackets, remains of. But it looks as if I am allowed to walk up here. I was wondering why there was quarry vehicles on this quiet little laneway. I see, it goes around the other side of the quarry, right, okay. A sharp bend, yep. This is us very temporarily walking from the neck of the Sleeping Giant onto the chest. And hopefully we can see some remains of the old chapel of Colquhoun. I just had to give way to a driver in a Porsche 4x4. It's the only vehicle I've seen on this track so far, and a very nice vehicle as well. I was thinking it might have come from the quarry, although I very much doubt it. It could have been the owner of the quarry, but I doubt it. It's probably from one of the farms around here. Very nice vehicle. What started off rather chilly on top of Saucil Hill has ended up being quite a pleasant but very humid and muggy day. We'll check out that old ruin in a second. Here's a nice view of the River Clyde, and that is part of the Sleeping Giant's chest. Right, let's have a look at this little ruin here while we're here, because if I don't, I'll be thinking tonight, you know, I wish I'd had a look at that ruin. Little farmhouse. Not much to see now. I'm not going to go in the door, it looks a bit overgrown. Overall it has seen better days. Let's see if we can look inside. Chimney there, a fireplace I should say. Yeah, okay. I'm not the first person to be here. The weeds and grass and stuff have been kind of flattened. Let's have a look through this big window. Yeah, not too much to see there now. Right, where is this old chapel of Colquhoun? According to the Ordnance Survey map, there's a road on the left. I ain't seeing no road on the left, but I'm seeing the farm way up there on the hill. Okay, this gate here seems to indicate where the road would have been, and it involves a walk through those bushes, up to those trees. That's where the old chapel of Colquhoun is. I think we might be giving that a miss. I was looking to see if there was a sign of a path of some sort on the other side of this fence here, just in case people were finding a way of skipping over the fence and joining the path, but there is nothing at all. So I think about the only way you can get to the old chapel remains of is to go via that farm building there, which I don't really want to do. Okay, let's get down to this kind of main road thing again, and we'll do a right turn, and we'll continue exploring the neck of the Sleeping Giant. That hill up there is Dumbowie, and the plan of action is to actually get up there very shortly and have a look around. But there's still one or two things I'd like to explore first. I'd like to tell you what that body of water is called. It's Loch something, but I can't quite read my Ordnance Survey map because I've scribbled something over it. Not only does that road go up to two farms, it goes to a place called Tom's Seat. Now I did look into this, and I haven't been able to work out who Tom was or why he chose to park his backside up there, but it's called Tom's Seat. So I'm on the grounds of Overtoun House, and it is open to the public. I was planning on coming here later and then working my way down to Dumbarton, but I just want to have a quick look at something along here, and then I'm going to see if I can get to Dumbowie, the hill itself, where the hill fort was. I'm just heading back to the entrance to the estate because there was a road on the left, and that hopefully takes me to Dumbowie, but it could be private property. We'll see what happens. Okay, this is the entrance to the farm. Let's see if we can get to Dumbowie Hill. Okay, well that is definitely private. We're not going that way. However, this might actually be the road I'm looking for. It is a dead end. And there are cats. Okay. There are a couple of reasons why I'd like to get to the top of this hill. Firstly, it's an Iron Age hill fort area, excavated in 1886, revealing a circular structure with a diameter of about 10 feet and a thick wall. That's one reason. Secondly, it might give me a good view of the Sleeping Giant from another angle. And thirdly, this hill, I think, features as the chin of the Sleeping Giant. So I think it's important to go there. I did want to go up to Langcraig's Wood, which is next to Langcraig's, but I can't get a good shot of it for you, and I've realised it's a bit of a hike there, a bit of a hike back. Time's ticking on. I might just try and nick an image from Google Satellite. Okay, according to the Ordnance Survey map, there's a road which goes up to a transmitter. I need to go along that dirt track and then basically just hoof it over the hill. This might be the start of this road to the transmitter. Might be. Not sure. No, maybe it's up here a little bit more. Nice view, but unfortunately the road kind of tapers out a bit, and that doesn't look like the sort of road that goes up to a transmitter tower, does it? In fact, I can't even see this transmitter tower. Let's have a look. Any sign of something there? Nope. Okay, I'm going to head back. I'm going to scan this area again. I might have missed it, but it's supposed to be a vehicle track of some sort, according to Ordnance Survey, and it's around here somewhere. I ain't seeing it. All is clear now. That is the track I'm looking for. Okay, we'll give it a try. We'll see how far we can get. Okay, things have come to an abrupt stop. That might just look like mud, but I can assure you it's not mud, and it's very deep as well. There's no way I'm walking through that. I was just thinking, and that doesn't happen too often. If I go back to the road junction, do a left, go into Overtoun House land, and then follow this track, I'll end up in Dumbarton East, close to the station anyway. However, if I continue down that track, I will end up close to Dumbarton East station anyway. So I may as well just go that way, because there's no reason to be going through Overtoun House, because that was the launching pad to get to Langcraig's, which I'm not going to. So back we go. Hey, I hope the people in that farm there aren't watching me. They'll be thinking, what is that guy doing? And here we are back here again. Just to give you an idea, we are actually up quite high, and that's because we are probably best described as the left ear of the Sleeping Giant. The left ear. Or behind the head on the Balch Alexandria side. This should be around about 500 meters, then I should end up in a deepest, darkest housing estate in Dumbarton. That sounds like a plan. I am actually very, very disappointed about Dumbowie. I was hoping to see the Sleeping Giant from that side of the hill, but oh well, these things happen. Still is a lovely day out, but it's been hard work. And this is not the sort of path you walk down wearing trainers, because this was originally not the plan to walk down here. And it's a rough old road, this one. I'm just looking at the masonry on both sides of this track here. At some point this must have been a road, a shortcut for the farms to go from here down to Dumbarton, instead of having to go via Milton, which is a really roundabout way of doing it. But this looks like an ancient old road, this one. This is very pleasant. Someone's left their cardigan behind. And we're nearly in the housing estate. It's just down here somewhere. So I'm just skirting a housing estate here now. I just got a glimpse of Dumbarton Rock and it looks as if there could be rain on my way. So when I started this journey I thought, let's see if we can explore or at least get to the Sleeping Giant. That bit was a success. Managed to see the head, the neck and the body. Did I see all the things I wanted to see while I was here? Unfortunately not. You see some, you don't see them all. Unfortunately, the cherry on the cake would have been Dumbeck Hill, but ah well, those things happen. Next time I'll come back with a pair of wellies. Anyway guys, thanks for coming along on this little walk with me. I'm just having to watch where I'm walking here because it's not very flat. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you on the next video.